And folks, let me find us some slow and steady music. Where slow and steady? Yep, slow down. It's time to slow down just a little bit because Lord knows we need a break.
All day I rush around, but I'm still on the ground, on the ground. I'll soon be fluttering if I can find my wings, find my wings. Impatiently, I want to fly today, but I hear a gentle voice inside me say that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. I'm starting to believe I only race with me, only me. I can't give to someone else this journey for myself. It's for myself. Since my best is all I have, it is enough. I can see a ray of hope. I've got to trust that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly, and I will soar. I will reach the sky, a little at a time. I'm reaching, I keep believing that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn.
That's the only way it works.
To fly.
If you try to do it really fast, you crash and burn. Okay, folks. Let's go to the Word. We are reading Psalms. We're on the 90th Psalm from the Passion Translation of the Bible. And book number 4 in the book of Psalms. There is it's divided into sections, and this is a prayer. This is the Numbers Psalms. So this must have come out of the book of Numbers and they have put them into Psalms, but I don't know about that. But that's what it says here. Psalms of our pilgrimage on earth. Boy, my nose is itching. A prayer of Moses, God's prophet. Lord, you have always been our eternal home, our hiding place from generation to generation. Long before you gave birth to the earth and before the mountains were born, you have been from everlasting to everlasting, the one and only true God. When you speak the words, life return to me. When you speak the words, life return to me, man turns back to dust. 1,000 years pass before your eyes, like yesterday that quickly faded away, like night's sleep soon forgotten. Isn't it weird how that happens? You go to sleep, you have a dream, and you can't remember it once you wake up. Night's sleep soon forgotten. One day we will each be swept away into the sleep of death. We guide along through the tides of time, so quickly gone, like a dream that fades at dawn, like glistening glass that springs up glistening grass that springs up one day, and the dry withered and dry and is dry and withered the next, ready to be cut down. Terrified by your anger, confined beneath the curse, we live our lives knowing your wrath. For all of our faults and flaws are in full view to you. Everything we want to hide, you search out and expose by the radiance of your face. We are banished to live in the shadow of your anger. Soon that our days soon become years until our lifetime comes to an end, finished with nothing but a sigh. You've limited our lifespan to a mere 70 years, yet you give grace to live still longer. But even the best of years are marred by tears and toils, and in the end are nothing more than a gravestone in a graveyard. We're gone so quickly, so swiftly, we pass away, simply disappear. Lord, who fully knows the power of your passion, Lord, who fully knows the power of your passion and the intensity of your emotions. Help us to remember that our days are numbered and help us to interpret our lives correctly. Set your wisdom deeply in our hearts so that we may accept your correction. Return to us again, O God. How much longer will it take until you show us your abundant compassion? Let the sunrise of your love end our dark night, break through our clouded dawn again. Only you can satisfy our hearts, filling us with songs of joy to the end of our days. We've been overhauled with grief. Come now and overwhelm us with gladness. Replace your years of trouble with decades of delight. Let us see your miracles again, and let the rising generation see the glorious wonders you're famous for. O Lord our God, let your sweet beauty rest upon us. Come work with us, and then our works will endure. You will give us success in all we do. Mm. And tomorrow's psalm is going to be Psalm 91, which I read a few days ago, but we're going to read it again. We might even read it again right now because I think we might need to hear this. Psalm 91. We're reading two of them. When you abide under the shadow of Shaddai, you are hidden in the strength of God Most High. He's the hope that holds me and the stronghold to shelter me, the only God for me and my great confidence. He will rescue you from every hidden trap of the enemy, and he will protect you from false accusation and any deadly curse. His massive arms are wrapped around you, protecting you. You can run under his covering of majesty and hide. His arms of fullness are a shield keeping you from harm. You will never worry about an attack from demonic forces at night, nor have a fear of spirit of darkness coming against you. Don't fear a thing, whether by night or by day, demonic danger will not trouble you, nor will the powers of evil be launched against you. Even in a time of disaster, with thousands and thousands being killed, you will remain unscathed and unharmed. You will be a spectator as the wicked perish in judgment, for they will be paid back for what they have done. When we live our lives within the shadow of God Most High, our secret hiding place will always be shielded from harm. How then could evil prevail against us or disease infect us? God sends angels with special orders to protect you wherever you go, defending you from all harm. If you walk into a trap, they'll be there for you and keep you from stumbling. You'll even walk unharmed among the fiercest powers of darkness, trampling every one of them beneath your feet. For here is what the Lord has spoken to me. Because you loved me, delighted in me, and have been loyal to my name, I will greatly protect you. I will answer your cry for help every time you pray, and you will feel my presence in your time of trouble. I will deliver you and bring you honor. I will satisfy you with full life and with all that I do for you will enjoy the fullness of my salvation. Wow. I'm still trying to memorize that. I'm not good at memorizing things, but I'm working on it. I don't want to say that I'm bad at it, but it takes time. It takes time. Okay, folks. What I want to talk about right now is we've been taking things slow and steady. We have been. We've been doing that. And now's the time to pick up the pace a little bit and be a little bit more committed. Yeah, somebody Saved by Grace says it's easier to memorize the King James version. Yes, it is. That's what I'm going. That's what my little card is the King James version. Right now, we have to stay calm with everything that's going on in the world because we have no control. We have no control. All we have to do is take care of our own little neck of the woods. Our neck of the woods is all that we can do. We can't do anybody else's because we don't live there. We have to take care of our homes. We have to feed our families. We have to be prepared to feed our families. We have to be prepared to feed our families if we have no electricity because little kids don't realize there's not any electricity until they want to play a video game. We have to be prepared. I call it going into Little House on the Prairie mode, y'all. They didn't have electricity. They had a cabin in the woods, and they had a cabin on the plains, and they had a cabin, they had a dugout. They had a fireplace. They had chickens, they had feathers, they had the ability to be prepared, and not with a freezer, and not with um, they didn't know how to can and put things up, but they knew how to preserve food. And we have to put our trust in the Lord. What we're seeing now, we just can't believe everything we see. I was reminded the other day of a movie from 20 years ago called Wag the Dog, where they hired a producer from Hollywood to produce a war to make the country think we were in war. If you've read 1984, at the beginning of the lockdowns, I read that book for fun. I listened to it, but I couldn't put it down. I mean, I read it in like 3 days because they had a war going on. They didn't even know who they were fighting. They were so brainwashed. Because when we're in fear, when that fear takes hold, we'll do anything. We'll do anything. So don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. Just don't. I am cautious on everything. This morning, I heard that Putin was baptized Christian. Now, do I know that to be a fact? Nope. What I do know is I looked up the history of the Orthodox Christian Church in Russia, and when he took office, he took bids on people building that church back because it was destroyed under the Kremlin. It was destroyed, and he wanted the Orthodox Church built back. He took bids to have it built back in 18 months, and it took almost $1 billion to do that. And it's a beautiful church. So don't believe either side. I don't. As Robert taught me many years ago, lawyers don't commit. They stay light on their feet until they have to make a decision because you never know which way things are going to go. So we have to be strong and we have to trust in God that God has this, that God has He knows everything. We don't even know half of it. But I did see with my own eyes today people making Molotov cocktails and the boxes already had printed on it an explosion. Now, how does that happen? In a time of war, how do you print things on a box? And I brought that to Robert's attention. I said, look, the Molotov cocktail boxes have things printed on that says it's a Molotov cocktail. That's just wild to me. It's wild to me. So, everybody, whatever's going on is around the world. It's getting ready to be dark again over there. They're like 6, 7 hours ahead of us. Probably already is dark. Just pray. Pray for both sides. That's all we can do. And our prayers going up to heaven can make a huge difference. Right now, the Senate is opening up their session. I'm going to watch them because I want to know who votes for this thing that's coming up today. I want to know because this engagement, this war that's going on in the Ukraine and Russia, it's all to keep us from knowing what's going on here. We've got a trucker convoy, a freedom convoy going across Missouri right now. One of my favorite podcasters, Mike Morales, actually saw it and took video of it today, or saw people waiting for the convoy to come on I 44. So we can't believe anything. I believe Mike Morales because I listen to him every day, and he's a man fighting cancer, and he's doing it in faith, uh, trusting in God to protect him. So, folks, be strong. Don't be scared. Get some rice and beans, and let's be prepared, because you never know when your power is going to go out. You never know when there's going to be a storm. We had a storm last week. We had flood 2 weeks ago. You just never know what's going on, but God knows. The good Lord knows both sides, and sometimes he can use evil for good. I have had that happen to people around me, people that meant me harm. God turned their evilness into something that was good for me. I'll never forget. One time somebody did a story about me, and the headline that was in the magazine was "Fly Lady Nags Her Way to Millions." And I cried. My sister cried. We cried, but God turned that negativity around to bring more people to us, because it's never been about money for me. It's always been about being able to pay my people that that help me. It's been about helping you, because we've got employees that work hard every day. You know what Patty and Liz do, and they've both been sick lately. God will turn it around. And I've seen it happen. Horrible headlines turned, we had 25,000 people join in a month's time. We usually only had about 10,000 join. So, folks, don't be afraid. Trust in God. And if you're not a Christian, give your heart to the Lord right now, to Jesus, and work toward finding what your purpose is for his kingdom. And when you get rid of your clutter, it just unfolds. I never dreamed that God would put me right here, right now, with this, doing 2 podcasts a day, trying to help you get your home in order. I never dreamed it. In fact, I even said many years ago that I only wanted to do one radio show a week, not every day. And now I look forward to it. I look forward to reading your comments. This morning I woke up with, was it yesterday morning or this morning? It was yesterday morning. I woke up with a Marine chant. I don't know what I've been told, but here was the words to the next part. Jesus has a heart of gold, sound off. I couldn't find those words anywhere. We should write a whole new song. It's just beautiful that I woke up with a war tune, a marching tune in my head, but Jesus has a heart of gold. A heart of gold. I have a piece of stained glass on my window over there. It's the Immaculate Heart of Jesus. And I don't know if it's gold or not, but he loves us. He loved us so much that he came to this earth to experience the life we have, to set an example for us, and to die for our sins. Because he knew we could never be perfect. We fight perfectionism every single day in us because perfectionism is a tool of the devil to keep us from doing anything. So, folks, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Father in heaven, we thank you so much for all that you've done for us. Please protect the people that are in harm's way, whether in Ukraine or Russia or Belarus. Please protect them. Keep them safe from the ravages of war and the refugees fleeing from there. Keep them safe, Lord. Protect the fathers that have stayed behind. Protect my fly babies, Lord, in Russia and in the Ukraine. Protect the families of people living in the United States that are there. Protect them all, Lord. I'm not picking and choosing, just you know what's going on. And sometimes we have to go through bad to get to the good. Please keep us safe, Lord, in this country and all the countries around the world. Hold our hands every day. Protect us from the evil one. Because, as you said in Psalms 91, thousands can die around us and we won't be touched. We praise you, Lord, for protecting us. And we thank you with all our hearts. Give us strength to get through whatever's coming our way. Keep us strong, keep our faith strong, and help us to help others through all of this. Let us show the love for others that you show for us. All these things we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Amen. Whew. God's got us right here. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. My Amazon guys walking up. Anyway, folks, I love you all. Be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself by getting plenty of rest, taking your supplements, taking care of you, getting some vitamin D in you. Go sit in a sunbeam. Taking baby steps. That's being good to you. Be kind to others. Be prepared to help others. Just like those churches that were cooking for the truckers. You know, truckers know how to eat. And you can tell by looking at a lot of them. And they're there cooking, making a big pots of chili and feeding them. There was a group from Louisiana that was going to go as far as they could go with all the andouille sausage they brought from Louisiana. They were making jambalaya. People had brats cooking, and it was just wonderful. So prayers go up to those truckers. It's Monday. We blessed our homes this morning, but you might have to do it this afternoon. If you didn't do it this morning, pull up my this morning show. 30 minutes, we got our homes blessed because we did it one song at a time. We did it all. And you can do that too. And if you're just now getting home from work, whether you teach in school or whatever, go bless your home today. You'll feel good. Get something going for dinner. Get something going. Put on some wonderful music to listen to. Drowned out those talking heads on TV with beautiful music. Some of my favorite is the Gaither Vocal Band. They make me happy. The other day I found a song that was in my heart, and I woke up with it, and I looked it up on YouTube, and they were in Israel singing it. You love the rooster behind me. That's my Proverbs 91, because the image is of God having all his little chicks under his wings. And that's where I put my prayer request right in there. I just prayers that I have that have been answered. Um, Words of faith from friends. My niece got a word of faith for me once upon a time, and I put it in that. It's like it's just waiting there, and that's what that reminds me. Jimmy gave me that at Christmas. He had it, and I guess he was decluttering, but I kind of like it. Sometimes I wish we had chickens. They're so cute. But if something happened to one of them, it'd just break my heart. I'd have to have a real good chicken coop, a real good chicken coop. I love you all. I'll see you in the morning. In the morning's Tuesday. We'll be talking more about being someone who draws a paycheck and someone who works at home, like homeschooling. I mean, we all work at home, but we're going to talk about the people who work mainly outside of the home that aren't home to get things done during the day. Yes, I love Bentley Phipps. I love his music. Anyway, see you later. Love you all. Keep our fly babies in your prayers. See you tomorrow. I got to figure out how to end this thing.